So, form a new word. What information are you looking for here? If we quickly read through the instructions, in this type of question, you have two sets. So we look down at the example, we can see there's two sets of words here, each comprising of 3 words, and you can see actually the 3 words here, so dream, bike, car, grass, room, pet. Your task is to discover 2 words, one from each set, that when combined, create a new word. So it's looking for a word from each of these sets. When you put them both together, you'll get a new word. I'm just looking at this, and actually let's look at this. So what it's saying here is if you use car and pet and you put them together, you're going to get the word carpet, which is obviously a word, whereas like things like dream pet and bike pet are not. So the initial word in the first set always precedes the second. That just means you have to go left to right. You can't do pet car. Start by examining the first word in the initial set, attempting to pair it sequentially. I think this part is basically just describing this, so we don't really need to read that. Let's look at the approach. When given a choice of words together, you can use the following steps. So try joining each pair of the words in turn, sounding them out in your head. So sounding them out in your head is obviously what you're naturally going to do, but what you can find actually is you want to write them out sometimes as well. I'm hoping it might say that later on, but you might not be able to figure out the actual word without writing it down. So remember, when you're doing this, the pronunciation of O or both words may need to change. So the watch out section, homophones are words which sound the same but are spelt differently. Whole and whole, 4 and 4. Yeah, I mean we just want to be careful of those. But let's quickly go on to the practice now section and actually show you some of these. And what you'll hopefully find is some of these, if you're sounding them out in your head, you're going to struggle to come up with a word, and sometimes you actually need to write it out, and then you can see and understand that it's actually a word, because not everything is as simple in terms of the pronunciation. So firefoot doesn't work, fire leg doesn't work, or fire leg, and firearm, to be fair, I think that is a word, but I'm just going to double check everything else. So earth foot, nope, earth leg, earth arm, water foot, water leg, water arm. So firearm is probably what I'm going to go with. Firearm like a gun, something like that. For the next one, hold on. So if we look at in, severe, independent, we already got the answer right there. Go for question 3. Goat boy, goat lad, goat chap, nope. Ox boy, ox lad, ox lad, nope. Ox chap, no. Cowboy, okay, so that's going to be our word. Cowboy. Fallout, oh, okay, there we go, we got a word straight there. So fallout, if I just type it out, for example, like a nuclear fallout, would be something like that. Some of you might know that from like a game. Question 5. Rail fox, rail box, rail sun. Sail fox, sail box, sail sun. Mail fox, mailbox. There we go, mailbox. And again, obviously, this does work as a one whole word. You don't have to have them as separate. Question 6. Bark rot, bark pot, bark shot, no. Loom rot, loom pot, loom shot. Carrot. There we go. And a lot of people might have missed that when you spell it as carrot, and you don't actually understand that it's meant to be carrot. That's why sometimes if like you're a bit unsure on it, just write it out, make sure that you've got an actual word there. Question 7. Same gain, same port, same part. Not gain, not port, not part. Bargain. Alright. Bargain. If you're bargaining for something, you're sort of negotiating. Question 8. Uphowler, upbender, uptaker, underhowler, underbender, undertaker. I think undertaker here is going to be a word, not in terms of the WWE wrestler, but more if you're undertaking someone, you can be an undertaker. But let's just have a look at what else we've got. So beneath howler, beneath bender, beneath taker. Yeah, nothing else works. And in terms of undertaking, if you're in a car and you're here behind them, if you're going to overtake them, you have to go to the right lane. So these are lanes. You have to go to the right lane because that's the fast lane. Then you go and overtake. If you're going to undertake them, you go to the left lane and then do that. And you shouldn't do that in your driving test. And it looks like there's another meaning here for someone who's an undertaker. It's someone who is preparing dead bodies for a burial. But yeah, that sort of explains it. I mean, even if it's the only sort of word here that is close to making sense, so you sort of go with that. But yeah, let's carry on. Question 10. Tape bowl, tape book, tape hole. Not bowl, not a book, not hole. Pot bowl, pot book, pothole, and pothole. There we go. So town back, town did, town got. Tear back, tear did, tear got. Nope. Can back, can did, can got. Okay, so a lot of people here, because this is a new word, can did, you might not have caught that. But if you're doing something candidly is a good definition. You're being truthful or frank. And yeah, how I know it is if you're taking a photo basically and you're doing a candid pose, you're taking an informal pose. So not formal. And not formal just means that like you're a bit more relaxed, stuff like that. So question 12. Warget, warlate, warmate, perget, perlate, permate, target. Target like an arrow, but an arrow. Question 13 and question 14, we'll finish these off. So 10 bear, 10 goat, tenant. So a tenant, for example, if you're a landlord and you've got tenants in your house, so someone who's sort of renting from you, that'll be question 13. Question 14, rot chest, rot belly, rot neck. Dive chest, dive belly, dive neck. Pot chest, pot belly. I think it's going to be this one, pot belly. There we go. But yeah, these ones aren't too difficult. I'm not sure if the ones below it are that much more difficult, but the main thing here is try out all the options. There's only around, I think 3 times 3 is only like 9 options that you can actually go with. And if you're a bit unsure on it, just write it out and it will sort of make it look. You'll be able to tell if it looks more like a word compared to everything else, and that's how you make an educated guess on these ones. But yeah, hopefully that was useful.